everybody, Ricky here with Apple Valley Farm. Today I wanted to show you kind of a revisit of the Varathane Weathered Wood Accelerator. This is something that I posted something about it earlier, and we still use it a lot. It hasn't been one of my favorite things, but we tried it in a little bit different application this time, and actually I was much happier with it. In the past, I've put this on like store-bought one-buys, stuff like that, and it's just too finished. This stuff just beads up and rolls off of it. It's really not good for that. The surface has to kind of be roughed up. So today, I wanted to show you, we do a lot with reclaimed pallet wood, so we decided to put some of this on some pallet, because some of the pallet wood is pretty weathered. This one is not. So we want to give it a little more of a weathery appearance, and I needed something that was a little bit darker. So we decided to give this a try, and I want to show you what happened. All right, here we go. All right, so I've got one of my pallet boards here, unfinished. I have sanded it, but you could leave it unsanded. Getting my Varathane stuff, and by the way, Varathane doesn't sponsor me. They don't give me stuff. They don't pay me. This is just an independent overlook of this process. I'm just going to use a regular old synthetic paintbrush, just a cheap brush. You could use a chip brush. You could use an old rag. But anyway, I'm going to use this brush. I like to do my edges first. That's just me. You don't have to. But you can see it gets right at it. It starts to soak in pretty well. And you can be fairly liberal with it. You can be very liberal with it. This stuff, you can be really sloppy, and that's okay, but it doesn't take a lot. It feels like, when you're putting it on, it feels like it's not doing much. But just rest assured, after half an hour or so, it'll begin to make itself evident, and the results will really show up. All right, so now I'm going to do the face with the back face. And again, I'm just kind of slopping it on there. And you can see it's sort of beading up a little, but nothing like the new wood. So in my opinion, this stuff does a great job on a rougher finish. It really has something to grab onto and soak into. So I would highly recommend this for material like this. The really finished off-the-shelf stuff that you get at your big box store, the hardware store, something like that, maybe not so much. There we go. Now that's it. I mean, that's a really simple process. And again, once this sits for maybe 15-20 minutes, maybe half an hour, this thing is going to gray up like this, and it's really going to have a nice artificial patina to it, and it's going to look like it's been sitting on the outside of a barn for the last 20-30 years. So it's a really neat process. It works great on this wood, and that's it. I hope you guys learned something from this. This is a really neat process, really inexpensive stuff. It does a good job. I would recommend it for this. All right, and so that's what happens. That was a pretty substantial difference, wasn't it? So just so you can see it again, here is the before and here is the after. Bam. And that makes a pretty big difference. I think it does. I think it makes a pretty big difference. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Go make something. See you.